Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Manuishu ACCA classes. In today's video, we will discuss one of the more past paper from F5 that is also known as PM, and the question name is BellaHouseton Co. and this is from the December 2021 attempt. This is also a very good question. So stay tuned with this video till end for all the PM aspirant. So before reading the background, let's have a look into what the question is asking with us. Okay, so first is calculate the optimum production plan and the resulting total contribution earned for the March, assuming that the order will run while is supplied in the full. Okay, so they are asking for calculate the optimal production plan along with the contribution that we have earned. And then next is to calculate the maximum financial penalty Bella Houston Co. would be prepared to accept from Runwild if it does not complete the run wild order in full. And the next is discuss whether the Bella Houston Co. should fulfill run wild order in full in the March. And then define the variables and formulate the constant objective function to use in a linear programming model to determine the optimum use of resources in the April. The whole question is for 20 marks. Okay, so let's have a look into the first one. So this is requirement A1. Okay. So we have a clear heading, and the question asks to regarding the optimum production plan. Okay, so then let's have a look into the background. So company manufacture three types of running shoe which it sells to sport clothing retailer. One is the road, which are for running on roads, spikes which are used for racing on athletic tracks, and trail which are used for running off road in the rural location. Each of these products use different amount of same resources. Financial information and the resources requirement related to this product are as follow. So they have given the material cost, selling price of this product, and below they have noted down that fixed overhead are absorbed at a rate of $4 per direct labor hour, and Bella Houston Company uses a just-in-time production system. Demand and resources availability for the March. Demand for the three products for the month of March are expected to be this much, and company receive a special order from the Runwild which is not included in the demand estimate above. So Runwild are measured. So, Runwald are the major sport retailer who have extensive customer base and are known for stocking the most popular brand of sportswear. The order is to supply a maximum of 200 of each type of shoe at a discount of 8 on standard selling price. Runwild charges the financial penalty if order is not fully complete in the March. If this first order is successful, Runwild would be keen to enter into regular supply contract. Usually, Bella Houston Company has sufficient resources to meet the production. However, during the March, the maximum availability of the following resources has been identified. So, demand and resources availability for the April. Okay, so this is for the April. So, let it be for now, and we need for the March. Okay, so question asks to calculate the maximum optimum production plan. So question asks to calculate the optimum production plan and the resulting contribution that we have earned, assuming that order with the run while is supplied in full. So basically, company manufacture the shoe, three different type of shoe, and actually demand for the month are they have provided, but in the month time, the one customer, the run wild has came up to the Bella Houston and they asked that they want a each type of shoe at 200 pairs, 200 pairs of each type of shoes, along with a discount of 8. So, and this Run Wild is a very, famous, and they have a very more extensive customer base and known for stocking the most popular brand as well. So once order is successful, they will be keen to be regular supply contract. But if not, in that case, they will charge the penalty as well. So first, let's do for the optimum production plan. So what are the three different type of product? One is road, other one is spikes, and other is trails. First, we need to identify what is the constraint here and who are stopping us to fulfill the demand of the internal as well as external party. Okay, so selling price given. So, what is the direct material? Okay, so in the below question, you can see there are maximum available hour given, right? And this is for the direct material. Let me note down it here. So, mm, 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 mm. Availability capacity. So for direct material, direct labor, and the machine time, they have indicated that how much it is available. 7,200, 6,900, 1,815. Okay. So we need to check out what is our requirement. Then according to that, we will find out the limiting factor. Okay. Okay, so we need to first find out how much meters of the cloth is required in the one unit. Do you think the question has given such information? No. They have told that the 1 meter cloth cost 5 per meter and the direct material cost per unit. So this 7.50, you know how it has been derived? So it might have been derived into the 5 into the how much meter of the cloth is required to produce 1 unit. But we don't know that meter of the cloth required for 1 unit. So how can we find that? So 5 into meter divided by unit, right? Which will give us the 7.5. So that means we want to calculate how much meter is required in the 1 unit. That means we need to divide 7.5 with the 5, and this will give us 1.5. Similarly, we need to calculate for the all of this, product. So here 7.5 divided by 5. So एक यूनिट बनाने के लिए we need 1.5 meter of the clothes, and for spikes we need 3 divided by 5. So that means 0.6, and the for trail it's 6 divided by 5. So which means 1.2. Similarly for the labor, they don't have given how much labor hour is required to produce 1 unit. So we know that total labor cost 1 unit is 7, and we are paying labor 7 per hour. So dividing by 7 will give the hour required. And similarly for the spike, 10.5 divided by how much is the amount? 7. So this will give 1.5, and here 7, there is a total labor cost, and we are paying the labor 7 per hour. So again dividing it will give the 1 per hour. So this is the material which we need per unit of the road, spike and trails, and the labor hour per road, spike and the trail. Okay. Okay, similarly for the machine hours, let's calculate this. I will write in the shortcut MH. So 4 divided by 10. Then we have 2 divided by 10. Then we have 3 divided by 10. Okay. Okay, so these are the per unit requirement of meter. Material DM, labor hour, and machine hour. Labor hour H. Okay. So now come to the demand. This is the product requirement. The material requirement and labor requirement. Now let's come to the demand. The number of pairs required externally. So how much is for the road? Road we have it's given 2,300, 1,400. Then we have 1,650. And now for the run wild. This is for the external and this is for the run wild. Okay, and the for run wild, how much it is required? So in the question they mentioned 200. And why we are writing separately? Because the question told that this amount is not included in the above demand. You can see here somewhere, yeah, which is not included in the demand estimate above. So this is our total demand. Okay, so this is our total demand. Okay, so now come to the requirement of the material or the like um, resources requirement. We can so write it down. Resources requirement. Okay, and this is the demand and this is the resources required per unit. Resources required per unit. Okay, this is the okay. Okay, so now let's calculate how much resources we need to fulfill our total demand. So this one is the product. Copy, paste and paste. Yeah, this is our product and name is the road spikes. Copy, paste. Okay, so we need 1.5 per unit and how much unit we are producing? 2500, isn't it? Yeah. Just wait. So we need to calculate for the all of the product, not only for the road. So okay, so here we will calculate the total amount that we need. So here is a total. Okay. So this much is the material required. And similarly for the labor, let's have a look. So this is the unit and per labor is 1 for the road. And for spikes, trails, this will give the total of 6750. Now again for the machine hour, 0.4 unit is required for the one unit requires 0.4 hours of machine and we are producing 2500. Similarly for the spikes, trials, and then we will do this. So this is our requirement. For the material we need 6930 and for labor hour this one and for machine hour this one. So you can see if we look at the our availability, the material available is 7200 but we are only using 6930, means some of there are spare, unused. So this is not the bottleneck. Similarly for the labor, it's fine that we have enough labor hour, but in case of material we need more than what is available for us. So we can write it down here. Thus machine hours is our machine hour is our limiting factor as we require more than available machine hours in order to fulfill both external as well as run filled demand. So this is the way you can write it down. Okay, merge the center. Yes, now I think it's visible. Okay, so this is for the like we have identified the like our limiting factor. So now we have to make the optimum production plan, right? So as there is limiting factor, so how we decide optimum production plan? So according to the contribution per limiting factor. So we need to rank the product. So ranking of product. Okay, so product is road, spike, trails. Okay, these are the product. And what is the contribution? Contribution per unit, that means per pair of shoes, per pairs. hmm Okay, so this is for the like if we talk about normally, so here we are earning 37.5 plus 4. So I am simply adding the fixed cost to the profit. This will give us the contribution, or what you can do is you can take selling price and deduct all the variable costs. They both are the same. Okay, similarly for a spike 23.5 plus 6, and for trails we have 32 plus 4. Okay, so these are the contribution per pair if we talk about our regular demand, normal demand, which do not include the run filled one. Now if we talk about the run filled, there will be separate contribution. Why? Because we are offering the discount to the Ronfield, that is 8. If you have read in the question, you can see here here it has been mentioned that each type of shoe at a discount of 8 on the standard selling price. So we will sell at discount of 8 to the Runfield. Similarly for spike, if we will deduct 8, that is 21.4, and here minus 8. So we need to calculate contribution per machine hour. Okay, because why? Machine hour is limiting factor. So contribution for LF, that means limiting factor. So we will take the regular demand, we will ignore the run fill now for now, and we will take the machine hour which we have calculated above. Why? Because machine is our limiting factor. Okay, so based on the regular demand, we have calculated the contribution per limiting factor. Now we will rank the product that generate the maximum contribution per limiting factor, which is a spike. So we will produce the spike first, then second will be trial because earning the second highest contribution, and the road will be third. So this is ranking of the product. Okay, so now let's have a optimum production plan. Production plan which is required by question. Okay, so what is the total available machine hours? 1815. So how much unit we can produce of shoe in this limiting factor of machine? Okay, let me save this one first. So now we will produce first spike. Okay, just wait. What the question asked? Okay, so we first provide the we will fulfill the run while order in full. So first let's fulfill the run wild order. So how much time will run wild order will require? So we are producing 200 unit for the run wild. So we will go above, we will take the 200 and multiply it with the machine hour, which is this one. Then we will again add machine hour with our spike along with the product of the run wild. Then again we will add the trial machine hour into the product. So this is adding, this will require, how much hour is required? 180 hours. So that means how much is remaining after 180 is used? So remaining is 1635 hours. Okay, so now we will start fulfilling our regular order. So first we will produce this spike, and how much hours is required by spike? The demand for spike is demand, yeah, 1400. 200 already have been fulfilled, so we will take 1400 and multiply with the machine hour, that is 0.2. This will give 280. So how much is remaining again? Remaining is 1355. So now we will move to the trials. How much unit how much demand is for the trial is 1650. We will not take the 8050 because we had already fulfilled the run wild order. So we will multiply with the machine hour. This will give us to 495. So how much is remaining? Let's have a look. We can write it here, remaining hours, so it will look more professional. Okay, so 860 is remaining. So now it's done for the road. So how much hour is required for the road to fulfill the demand? The demand is 2300 because 200 is already been fulfilled. Multiply with 0.4. So we need 920, but only 860 hour is available. So it means we cannot fulfill the maximum demand of road. So how much demand can we fulfill? We'll simply take the 860 and divide it by the machine hour required to produce 1 unit. So it will give, okay, so we can only fulfill 2150 demand. We can only produce 2150 unit of the road and multiply it with the machine hour will give 860. So the remaining hour is now 0. So this is the optimum production plan. Okay. So what we can write is here, we will be unable to produce the external fulfill. Okay, we will unable to fulfill our external demand for road. We will be only be able to produce as many we will be only be able to produce as many pairs as we can within within available hours of 860. So how much we can produce? We can write it down. Pair of road produced, and this one is external. You can write it in the bracket as well if you require. So we have only available hour is 860. So 860 divided by 0.4, because 0.4 is the machine hour that we need to produce 1 unit of road. So this is a pair of road produce. Okay, so now we can write, hence the optimum production plan is to first produce 200 pairs of each shoes in order to fulfill the run wild order. After that, we will only produce the order to fulfill external demand for both spike as well as trials. Okay, so we can write it here: optimum production plan. Just you can summarize here. So we have road, spike, and then trial, right? So if we talk about, okay, okay, so how much external demand is produced and run wild, and then we will calculate the total contribution accordingly. Okay, let it be. So for the run wild, we have fulfilled the maximum order as stated in the question, that is 200. And for road it's only 2150 produce, and for spike we have produced the maximum, that is 2300. 1400, sorry, it's my fault, 1400. And for trials 1650. So these are the now you have to calculate the contribution as well. So contribution, total contribution we have earned from this production plan is, so we will again copy paste it here. Okay, this one to be copied. Okay, fine. So as you know, there has been separate contribution being earned for the run wild and external, and we have already calculated. So we simply need to multiply. We can go above. You can see contribution. Yeah, for the road is 41.5, and for run wild we can go above run wild. Yeah, so multiply. Okay, so this one is for the, and this one is the monetary value, so we will put dollar. Fine. And similarly for the spike, if we talk about spike, how much contribution is been earned? 29.5. And for the run wild it is run wild is 21.5. Okay, then we have trail as well. So for trail we have 36. Okay, then for the run wild 200. There are different contribution being earned for the both regular customer as well as for the run wild, so that's why I'm calculating the different contribution. Okay, okay, so now let's calculate the total value. Yeah, so total we have so this is the total contribution that we have earned from this optimum production plan. So question have asked this. So be careful to read the question again, because there might be two requirements which may miss out if we read only one time. So this is how we have done for the one, because they asked for the calculate optimal production plan along with the resulting contribution, and we have fulfilled the both the requirement. Now come to the requirement 2b. Requirement 2b. Okay. The question is asking that what is the maximum financial penalty that the company would be prepared to accept from the run wild if it does not complete the run wild order in the full. So now here for requirement B, you need to do some of the calculation as well. Like so let me have this optimum production plan again. I will copy paste it. Okay, so we need this much calculation to redo again. Okay, 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 so if we don't fulfill the run wild order, and let's calculate the optimum production plan. So how much run wild order required the machine hour? It's 180, right? So we will remove this one, okay, and paste it below for the while. Oh shit. So run while total demand required 180 hours. Okay. So let's forget about this, that we need to fulfill this order. We will simply do our calculation like normal. How much? What is the optimum production plan if we are not fulfilling the run wild order? So for spike, it 280 hours is required, and so subtracting these two means how many hours is available is 1535. Okay, then bold. Okay, and then again, if we are producing the trial product, then we need 495. Then how much hour is remaining? 1040. So now again, how much? I mean, for road, how many? I mean, what the machine hours required to fulfill the road demand? So road demand is your uh, road demand, road demand demand, yeah. So road demand is your 2300, so we will multiply it with the machine hours of road 0 0.4, so that means we need 920 of hours. So how much still we are left? So we are left with 120. Okay, so we are left with 120. So now if we fulfill the how much shortage is, how much shortage of machine hour is in order to fulfill the run wild order? So it's total hour required to fulfill the run wild order is 180, but we only have the 120, so that means 60 hour is shortage, right? Huh? So if we are fulfilling the run while order, then we will first produce the spike, which is 200. So 200 will require how many hours? So we need to go back again to the table, and where we have calculated the machine hour required per unit, that is the 0 0.2. Okay, so this is a 40. So now still how much is remaining? Okay, so now it is remaining. Then again we will produce the trials, and for trial we will again go, the demand is 200. So how many hours we need to produce the trial? It's 0 0.3. We will multiply it with 200 with 0 0.3. This will give us 60. So now what is the remaining hours and how many unit of road can be produced? So we need to figure it out. Okay, so for road we need, how many hours we need? Let's first calculate that. Okay, for road we need how many hours? We need okay, we need 80 hours, but only we have 20 hours. So means how many unit can be produced? So 50 unit of road can be only be produced. So we can write it down here. So from here we can write it down. The remaining machine hours available after fulfilling all external demand along with run wild for, no, we will only write that the remaining machine hour available is 20 hours, which can be used to produce as many pairs of road as we can. So how much we can produce? Pair of road for whom? Run wild we can produce how many shoes in 20 hours? 50 shoes, right? So now let's calculate the contribution. Okay. So what is the optimum production plan? So we have satisfied whole demand externally, then we come to the road, so where we only produce 50. So now our contribution will be this into, what is the contribution for the road in case of external demand? Contribution for the road in external demand, contribution, road 41.5. Then again we have, when we are fulfilling 1400, multiply with the contribution of spike contribution, yeah, this one. So again we will do here. Then for trial we have 1650, so we will multiply with the contribution of trial. What is that? 36. Perfect. So now for run wild, so we are only producing 50, so how much contribution we will earn in case we are producing 50? So it will be your 1675. And for 200, how much contribution is earned? Contribution, okay, for spy 21.5 and 28. Okay, so 28, 25, okay, so 28. Now total figure is, so how much total contribution on if we are first giving priority to the external demand? So we got to know that so we are earning how much? This much. Okay. We are earning this one. So if we are giving priority to the external demand, then we are earning 207725. And but if we are giving priority to the run wild order, in that case we are earning the 206525. So what is the difference? So that means if we are giving the priority to the external demand, that means we are earning more contribution. So additional contribution earned, how much we have earned if we are giving priority to the external demand. Okay, so this much is the benefit that we are having after giving priority to the external demand. So this will be the amount which is acceptable as penalty. So the maximum penalty amount acceptable to BellaHouseton Co. would be up to $1,200. So this is the way you can solve this kind of question. Now next question, that is requirement B. Requirement B. This is also very good question. So what the question is saying, discuss whether the BellaHouseton company should fulfill the run wild order in the full in the March or not. So we have seen that if we are giving priority to the run wild order and fulfilling their demand in the full, then we are earning the contribution of 206 something, right? But if we are not giving priority to the run wild and giving priority to the external demand, in that case we are earning the more contribution. So question is asking whether the company should fulfill the run wild demand full in the March or not, and this is only for the 4 marks. So what you can write is, see, how can you start, like by giving priority to the external demand, BellaHouseton is earning $1,200 more contribution, right? However, it would also incurred penalty for not fulfilling the run wild order, and which may be more or less than 1200, because we don't know the amount of how much penalty will arise. So maximum penalty that we can bear is 1200, but it could be more or less, we don't know, right? So, but one more thing, if you have read the question, it has been given that the Run Wild has a good customer base and is holding the only branded product. So, if you are fulfilling the Run Wild order, in that case, the customer will assume your product in that brand. Like वो लोग सोचेंगे कि ये रन वाइल्ड है ना, ये तो ब्रांडेड चीज ही बेचता है, तो ये बेला हाउस्टन का जो शू है ये ब्रांडेड होगा. एक ऐसे इमेज विल बी बिल्ड इन द माइंड ऑफ द कस्टमर. ठीक है. So और दूसरा चीज, what they have told that is, if this order is successful, the Run Wild company will be regular supply contract. It means that BellaHouseton Co will have a fixed source of income from the Run Wild if they are earning, I mean they are fulfilling their order, and this will could lead to the, I mean, Run Wild could be happy and may give like reference to the other to buy the product from the BellaHouseton, right? So you need to write the both aspect point, like pros as well as cons, that क्या अच्छा होगा क्या बुरा होगा. So अच्छे की बात करें, like रन वाइल्ड कंपनी के पास लाइक अच्छे अच्छे ब्रांड, सबसे पहली बात, अगर वहां पे इसका ऑर्डर फुलफिल करता है तो इन दैट केस बेला हाउस्टन प्रोडक्ट को भी एक ब्रांड इमेज कस्टमर माइंड मेकअप करेंगे. दूसरा चीज, इसके पास फिक्स सोर्स ऑफ इनकम हो जाएगा, राइट. और नेगेटिव चीज की बात करें, अगर ऑर्डर फुलफिल नहीं करता है इन दैट केस पेनाल्टी तो बियर करना पड़ेगा, वो तो नेगेटिव बात है ही. एडिशनली अब हो सकता है कि रन वाइल्ड में सू BellaHouseton for not fulfilling the order. So legal aspects से भी it may lead BellaHouseton to go to the court and deal with all those cases, right? और क्या होगा कि like as Run Wild is already famous, have a good customer base, so word of mouth के through BellaHouseton कंपनी का इमेज भी डाउन हो जाएगा. दे विल से ये तो ऑर्डर फुलफिल करता नहीं है, इसको ऑर्डर देना भी मत, ये बहुत बकवास है, ऐसे नेगेटिव वर्ड भी जा सकता है. So these are the points, you can write it here, like if the BellaHouseton fulfill the Run Wild order, in that case BellaHouseton product will have a brand image in the mind of customer. बट अगर फुलफिल नहीं किया, if not fulfilled, नहीं, what you can write is that they have also additional source of income. ठीक है. Additionally company will have fixed source of income. बट अगर फुलफिल नहीं किया, so in case order is not fulfilled, in that BellaHouseton may suffer bad image, may suffer negative impact on reputation. Okay, as a result in Run Wild spreading bad news that BellaHouseton is not trustworthy to other customers. Okay. This could result in the loss of cells from other potential customers as well as run wild themselves. Lastly, breaking of the contract may lead to the legal aspects. So, hence, it is advised to fulfill the run wild order in full. So this is the way you can attempt this kind of question, right? So you might have different point, like you may say that like not to fulfill the order, but you need to come with the point to support those conclusion. Okay, so this is way for you can attempt the B1. Now come to the C, and this is quite easy. Question is asking to formulate, just a minute. Okay. Constraint and objective function to be used in the linear programming model to determine the optimum use of resources in the April. So let's assume R equal to your number of pairs of road shoe pair of road, and then we have as pair of spike, then we have T pair of trails. Okay, and what is the objective function? We need to define that. Objective function is your, so C equal to, what is the contribution that we earn from all these three products? Yeah, 41.5, 29.5 and 36. Okay, so we can define the objective function like this, and that is for the per unit. So 41.5, sorry, 41.5 for the R, so we will multiply with the R, then plus 29.5 into S, then plus 36T. So this is our objective function. So now we have to define constraints function. Okay, so our constant is first for the materials. Let's have this first material. Okay, so how much material is required for the these three unit? You can see in the first column we have made 1.5, 0.6 and 1.2. So we will add 1.5R plus 0.6S plus 1.2T. Similarly for the labor, 1R plus 1.5S and 1T. 0.4R plus 0.2S plus 0.3T. So this is for the machine hours. So here we can write that for material, what is that? 1.5 R plus 0.6 S plus 1.2 T. Okay, so this is the objective function for the material one. And for labor we have 1 R plus 1.5 S plus 1T. And for machine hour we have 0.4 plus 0.2 R plus 0.2 S plus 0.0 0.3 T. One more thing that you need to define is that value of R, S and T should be greater or equal to 0. It can't be in the negative, right? and then we will also write one external demand constant function. So this is the external demand constant function that R is less than equal to 2300. Then we have S is less than equal to 1400, and then we have T less than equal to 1650. So these are the external demand constant, and this is the what has been asked in the question. Quite easy. So this is the way you can solve this kind of question. So I hope this video is useful. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and share it among your friends. In case you have any confusion, want me to discuss any specific question, do let me know in the comment box. I will try my best to make a video on same. So thank you so much guys. Have a good day.